Mesopotamians. So that you're like
It's not
you're breaking up on your
Ugarit.
Ugarit
Oh,
is
I was just yeah.
Ugarit is over in Levant, isn't it? I believe we checked that out.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
I thought that. But who would you said that you thought it was the other way around? But
the
who the
Sumerians, the Sumerians,
yeah?
but they could be referring to the Assyrians too, because the Assyrians were Mesopotamians. You know?
And do they get mixed up often just because of
Oh
location?
yeah, I mean,
Mm.
you've got people mixing up the friggin' Sumerians with the Babylonians, and then they mix the Babylonian beliefs up with the Syrian beliefs, and then
Mm.
you got people like Sitchin who frickin' uh, start talking about the Hittite religions and stuff like that, and mistakenly start saying the freaking Sumerians or did it on purpose, but I don't know.
Is
But
Are Babylons and Canaanites are they enemies? Are Babylonians and Canaanites enemies?
they have been, or they
Yeah.
were at certain points. As the Assyrians, literally, they're the ones that annihilated the freaking Amorites. They obliterated them. There was no more of them because the Assyrians just went in and wiped them out,
Mm.
and then bragged about it after that. You know what I mean?
Oh, we murdered your people.
Yeah.
Let's write a book. Put it on the tab. That's funny.
Freaking, it's crazy, huh? But yeah,
That's kind of funny. I mean, like, you're not supposed to do that, but I mean, like, I mean, back then, especially when it's dominating power, I can only imagine, like, it's kind of necessary for assertiveness. Like, yeah, I mean, I did this and we'll do it again. Like, if that's the type of attitude you're going to have, then you kind of respect them doing it with their head up and chest out, like, not doing no bully stuff and acting like they not bullies. Like, they told you, yeah, we bullied, yeah, we killed all those folks. Yeah, that was us. Up, no, that was me. Did it. And, like, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, I wrote it down so you don't get it misconstrued. Whereas some people do stuff like that and act like they ain't. So, you know, I kind of respect that way better.
now, before we end this, I also want to let you know, because I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but Mr. Robot has his own hacker radio chat now on here for Minds Chat.
Oh no, I didn't. I think I saw something about him saying that he was gonna do his show. Oh yeah, and then he said, "Okay, here it is." Oh, I thought it was just like a stream that I might have. I couldn't even tune in, so I didn't push it.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, all right. So that's what that is. That makes sense. I think someone told him that he should enter its own chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I figured
Hmm.
I'd give him a plug since he
He always be looking out, yeah, and pulling up usually.
now I think we should end it there and regroup and come up with some more good stuff later on, because a lot of the stuff that we mentioned tonight actually started diving into what we were talking about, to be honest. And I've got everything that we discussed. I copied it onto the chat too, so it's right there.
Okay, nice.
So if you want to go over Dionysus later on, we can. And like I said, Nicole, I believe what they said was Dionysus was the Greek equivalence of Nicole. So that's kind of interesting. You got anything else?
No, I was starting to look for where I saw Mr. Robot's thing at. Because none of my stuff is the way it's supposed to be. I don't see, like, mine's supposed to say general chat, but it doesn't say general chat. And then it's just, I don't know, my phone's bugging. But anyway.
All right then. let's go ahead and end this, and then we'll figure out what's going on there, and get back to next week or tomorrow. What is tomorrow?
Conspiracy.
Oh yeah, we got the good stuff. So, all right.
All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, and thank you for everything. Have a good night. Be safe.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye bye. All right. All right. For fire, I believe that animals, unlike plants, although having somewhat less rational souls than humans, nevertheless still had souls. He believed that they were capable of recognizing and assessing their situation, making future plans, and in a sense communicating and responding to one another and to humans. Now, Tuatas of Byblos, or Thoth, or however you pronounce them, came from Byblos, Phoenicia, circa 2000 BC. According to the Egyptians, language is attributed to Tuatas, who was the father of Tuatology, or imitation. Okay, so now we get into Tuatology. And Tuatology logic in mathematical logic, a Tuatology is a formula or assertion that is true in every possible interpretation. An example is x equals y, or x. I don't know the symbol. X equals y. Similarly, either the ball is green or the ball is not green is always true, regardless of the color of the ball. The philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein first applied the term to redundancies of propositional logic in 1921, borrowing the rhetoric where a tuatology is a repetitive statement. In logic, a formula is satisfiable if it is true under at least one interpretation, and thus a tuatology is a formula whose negation is unsatisfied. In other words, it cannot be false, it cannot be untrue. Alright, so we come to the sentence again. He invented the first. No, wait. According to the Egyptians, language is attributed to Tuatus, who was the father of Tuatology, or imitation. Okay, so imitation is what that would sound like with the logic. He invented the first written characters 2000 BC or earlier. He played his flute to the chief deity of Bablos, the moon goddess Ba'alat Nakal. Now, Ba'alat Nakal, this is where we left off. Okay, Nakal, or Nakal Waleb, or Nakal Wib, was a goddess worshipped in various areas of ancient Near East, west of Mesopotamia. In the ancient Near East, west of Mesopotamia. She was derived from the Mesopotamian god Nagal, and like her forerunner, was regarded as the spouse of a moon god, whose precise identity varied between locations. While well attested in Hurrian and Hittite sources, as well as in Ugarit, however, she is largely absent from documents from the western part of ancient Syria. Now, Nagal, the counterpart from Mesopotamia, Sumerian, and Assyrian. Now, Ningal was a Mesopotamian goddess, regarded as the wife of the moon god Nana, or Sin. He was particularly closely associated. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright, where you? Have I missed the live?
No, not much. I'm just catching up to where we were. Doing a little bit of recap. Actually, I'm starting off on Ningal. So, here, I went through tautology, where it was talking about it before. And it's actually a form of logic and mathematics. So, that was pretty interesting.
Can you share the link? Oh, you already did. You're ahead of me.
That's Ningal. I covered a little bit of Nicole, so I've got that one. And right now I'm on Ningal. I just started the first part of it. So let me see. Ningal was a Mesopotamian goddess regarded as the wife of the moon god Nana, or Sin. She was particularly closely associated with his main cult centers, and Haran, but they were also worshipped together in other cities of Mesopotamia. She was particularly venerated by the third dynasty of and later by kings of Larsa. Now, the third dynasty, when they're referring to that, that's the third dynasty of the Sumerian. The Sumerians, yeah. Wait, the third dynasty of also called Neo-Sumerian Empire. Yeah, that's what it is. That's Neo after the fall of the Sumerians. They eventually created the Sumerian kingdom again, but they usually put Neo behind it whenever an empire does that. Like there's the Neo-Syrians, and then there's the Assyrian Empire. So, just a little bit of history facts there.
Okay, and how does it relate, or does it relate to what we were talking about with Neoplatism and stuff?
Well, you remember Nicole, don't you?
N-I-K-K-O.
She was the goddess worshipped by, she was the goddess that Tuatis played the flute for. Tuatis was the father of Tuatology, or imitation. He invented the first written characters 2,000 years BC or earlier. He played his flute to the chief deity of Byblos, the moon goddess Ba'alat Nikol. Tuat was called Thoth by the Greeks and Jeheti by the Egyptians. Now, I went a little bit over Nicole and what we discussed last week, and then we're talking about going back over like Nagal, who is her counterpart in Mesopotamia. It says Nagal was a goddess worshipped in various areas of the ancient Near East, west of Mesopotamia. She was derived from the Mesopotamian goddess Nagal, and like her forerunner, was regarded as the spouse of a moon god, and whose precise identity varied between locations. Now that was her spouse, who varied from different locations. But with the Mesopotamians, Ningal was married to Nana. You remember Nana?
Yeah, she was one of the first. That's the person whose sister was in the underworld.
Now that was Inanna. That was Nana's daughter.
Okay.
And Nana was the son, or the father of Inanna, and his wife was Ningal, the one that was basically Nicole's counterpart. So basically they took Ningal and they incorporated her into Nicole. So that's where you get that deity from, with the Phoenicians and the Canaanites. Now Nana was also called Sin, and I believe he was the illegitimate son of Enlil. So that's how that goes. And he was the moon god.
Okay, okay.
So she was particularly closely associated with his main cult centers in Haran. And see, Haran pops up again, where I was telling you about Haran before. I forgot which episode it was, but see, Haran is very important. It goes back all the way, like way back with the Sumerians and everything, the beginning of civilization. And a lot of people don't mention the fact that it wasn't Nineveh or even Assur that was the first capital of the Assyrians. It was actually Haran, if you take it down. You see? So, and this is back before they were even an empire too. So, like, they were just like a city-state kind of situation, you know. So, but they were also worshipped together in other cities of Mesopotamia. She was particularly venerated by the third dynasty of Ur, and later by kings of Larsa. Now, the third dynasty of Ur was also called the Neo-Sumerian Empire.